Hey YouTube, it's Anastasia here. I'm going to do this new thing. It's like a video series. It's called How to Survive Middle School. And, well, the title sort of gives it away. It's about how to survive middle school. And, tomorrow is my first day of 7th grade, so I just, saw a bunch of those organizing videos for school, and I figured they know how to have their backpack all organized, but do they know how to get through middle school? So I figured I'll do that. Maybe someone else has done it before, probably. It's not that original of an idea. So, yeah. So, let's begin. Do this picture. Just says how to survive middle school. It's got a bunch of little things. Feel free to pause and look at pictures. Okay, this is How to Survive Middle School Part 1, the basics. So, when you get to school, middle school for 6th grade, you have lockers, and they seem a little scary. Well, it's just a combination. It's like, so a lock, and you turn it. You probably know how to use a lock, but if you don't, like I didn't, they'll teach you. It's just like, so here's a lock, and then you like turn it to your number. So to clear it, you turn it 3 times, and then you turn it to your number, and then you get it on. I usually push in a bit, and then I turn to my next number. So the first one is to the left, and the second one is to the right, and you go, I think you go all the way around past 0 and then to the number, and then the third number is just to that number to the right. I'm not explaining this very well, but you'll get it once you get a locker. And then switching classes, everyone's like, a bunch of different teachers, lots of homework. Yeah, there is a lot of homework sometimes, but not always, depending on your school and your teachers. But it's not that scary. Like, you'll get used to it. Switching classes really isn't that bad. It's just fun because you get more teachers and you meet more people. And you make more friends than you would in elementary school with just one teacher. And, you have to sit in that chair all day, and it's just, like, you want to stretch, but, like, every, hour or so, depending on how long your classes are, then you actually do get to get up and stretch. Like, you get to walk around and go to your next classroom, and maybe you get 5 minutes to get to your class. So, yeah, you get to, move around, so that's better, too. And finding your way around the school, that's also a concern, depending on how big your school is. My school, when I was in 6th grade, it was just the 6th grade school. Like, it used to be an elementary school and it was turned into a 6th grade. So it was just them. So it was pretty easy. And it was really easy to find my classes because our schools, they're weird. They're divided into these things called teams. And so there's 4 teachers on each team, and there's 4 teams. So that's 16 teachers if I did the math right. And so team 1, team 6-1, there's a group of kids, like, say 90 or so, and then they have 4 teachers, and then they have a homeroom teacher on one of them, and then another group of kids has another teacher out of the 4 that teach you math, science, social studies, and language arts. So you're with the same kids in my school, and you don't really, meet kids on the other team, except for at lunch sometimes. And then for the specials like gym and stuff, you're still with your team, so you don't meet a lot of kids. But in normal schools, I don't think they do that. And it's pretty easy to find your school. It's pretty easy to find your school because you'll be dropped off by a bus right in front of your school. But it's pretty easy to find your classes because, usually classes are right near each other. That's how mine were. But even so, my classes were, right next door, and then, the other one was, down the hall and right there. I used a map for the first day, looking at it, oh, there it is, right there, next door. And even so, I used it, and I looked, okay, that's her name, just checking, okay, Yeah, it's spelled, oh, okay, yeah. It's also got the N. Oh, okay, yeah, that's my teacher. So, yeah, I used a map, even though they were right next to each other. But you'll eventually get used to it and find your way. Don't be worried. I was like a total wreck like the first month with projects. I kept on calling my friend, and her mom always answered. I'm like, what should I label this? It was just like kind of pathetic. But anyway, you will find your way around the school. Once, when I was in science class, I had to use the bathroom, and I ended up going to a bathroom on, like, in the Team 4 area, even though I was on Team 1, so eventually I found out that there was a bathroom closer to me. So great. Everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna fail. That's what I thought too. I thought I was gonna fail, because, you know, 6th grade's harder, and, like, you have so much homework that you can't always get it done, what with clubs and sports and stuff. But I got through it. I mean, I got a few B's, like 2 or so, but mostly A's. You'll get through it if you, like, pay attention and, like, take notes and just make sure you do the work and study. I didn't study that much, but I did study toward the end of the year, like, a lot, because when your teacher tells you to study for something, it's like, and they tell you to make sure you study, it's gonna be really hard. And this one time we had this pop quiz and I did so bad. Oh my gosh, you have to study. If, like, sometimes they'll hint and say that, like, you should take a look over your notes or something, because then they'll hint that means that you'll have a pop quiz the next day. So you should definitely look over your notes, because you could fail. So really, look over your notes and study and just do your homework. If you need help, ask a parent or an older sibling, something like that, or ask a teacher. You can stay for extra help after school. Yeah, projects. Yeah, they're big sometimes, you know, not that bad. For some things, you have choices as to what you do. If you are, so I did this Egyptian project in my school last year for social studies, and we had a choice as to what we did. And I chose to do the writing thing, and other people chose to do like an acting thing, or like a drawing thing, or like a building thing. It depends on what you like. Whatever you like and what you think you can get done the best, you should do that, not something that you think will be like fun but you don't think you can do it. Like one of the choices was building a pyramid, but I couldn't do that, so I chose the writing thing because I'm a writer. It was just easy. I got it done really fast. And you should just choose something you're good at, because for projects, if you waste all that time on something that you're like not good at, like you're just trying it for the first time, like you'll waste all that time and you won't get it back, because like you'll have a certain amount of time, maybe like 3 weeks, and if you waste some time, then you might not get done your work as fast if you switch over, and then you won't get as good of a grade. So stick to what you're good at. Okay, so teachers, as I mentioned before, you'll have multiple teachers from switching classes, and you'll also have the specials teachers like health and gym and Spanish and stuff, whatever you like, whatever's at your school. There are mean teachers, and there are teachers that will hate you, and there are teachers that will favor you. My language arts teacher favored my friend Cassie, and Cassie doesn't even really like to write that much, so she, at the end of the year, she signed her yearbook, "You are gifted." It was kind of funny. And my teachers, they sort of liked me, but you know, sometimes teachers hate you for no reason. One of my teachers didn't like me that much. I won't say names, but I don't think my teacher liked me that much. Try and get on a teacher's good side. Don't be mean and like rude and, you know, like have nasty comebacks. Like don't get detention. It's not good. I've never gotten detention before, but I assume it's not very fun just sitting there in a room, just, you know, staring at the wall. Doesn't seem pretty fun to me for an hour. So just don't be mean to the teachers.